Hi, everybody. I know y'all been like, where they at? Where they been? We are back, my friends.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Hajir Show. I am Maya.
And I'm Hajir.
And today we are going to be speaking to you about Sudan. Before we get started today, I just want to remind everybody, if you have a topic that you would like for us to talk about, please send us an email or a comment on our post below. You can send us an email at info@hygienenetwork.com, or you can send us a message, just kidding, an email or a comment below. My bad.
Yeah, no. And we asked before if this time is good for everyone, and I see a lot of people joining us on TikTok and Instagram, and we're getting some people here on Facebook. So, the time. A lot of people in Sudan and different countries, they said the time was not good for them, the 2:30. So we are working to bring it to 1. So gradually, slowly, we're going to come early a little bit, unless you say, cut the Band-Aid.
Right.
Cut the Band-Aid and do it right away. So we have a campaign. شغالين في campaign من بداية الثورة, from the beginning of the revolution, even before the war, 2018. And the main point of the campaign, أو الهدف الأساسي, the goal, the هدف is goal. Goal in soccer.
Goal. Okay, هدف.
So the هدف is, goal is to have, ask people, what do you know about Sudan? بتعرفوا شنو عن السودان? The goal is to get people, bring them up to speed.
Right.
To get to know what is Sudan. Some people don't even know where Sudan at.
Right.
The war, the revolution, everything happening. And in order for people to care and show solidarity, they have to know something.
Yeah.
And when you put something with face, then it makes more sense.
Right.
كل اللي بنعمل فيه إنه بنحاول نخلي الناس تعرف الوضع الحاصل في السودان, the situation in Sudan, the war, الحرب, war, حرب. So everyone here is hearing war all the time in Ukraine, Gaza. And war is حرب in Arabic, حرب. So the war in Sudan, you know, it's not, didn't just happen today.
Right.
ما حصلت الليلة. A lot of people don't know their statistics. Million people are refugees now.
Yes.
And so many people send me messages and they said, you don't share what is happening in Sudan in Arabic. You don't say it in Arabic. I do, not as much as I do in English, because everybody who speak Arabic, mostly everybody already know.
Right.
So we're trying to get the international society, the community, the world to understand and know. So that's why I'm using English mainly when I speak about the situation in Sudan. But we truly, we can use both.
Right. So today we did a kind of like a short experiment.
Yeah.
You know, we were in a store and we asked 2 people about if they know what's happening in Sudan. And the first guy, I mean, he was honest and he was like, no. And Hajir asked him, did you know that there was a war going on? And you saw the wheels turning in his head.
Yeah.
But he said he knew that he knows of a war, but that's only information that he knows. We have millions of people here in the U.S. who know nothing about what is happening to the country, to the people, to their society out there in Sudan. They literally know nothing. And then the second person that we asked, I don't think he wanted to answer, but he was just smiling. Like, he wanted to know what we were talking about, but then when he found out, he just like,
But if you see us out there, we're going to ask you the hard question. We're going to ask you, what do you know about #Sudan? Always use that. when you go to work. Ask the people around you,
Yeah.
even if you don't have to be Sudanese.
Ask your family members.
Ask your family members. Ask friends, and the guy heard us talking to the employee and wanted to know. He was just curious, and as soon as he heard like knowledge and war and Sudan, he was not interested. But
yeah, and unfortunately,
I still continue talking.
Yeah, unfortunately, you're gonna have a lot of people who are not going to, what's not necessarily not care, but they're not gonna have an interest in it because it's not affecting them.
Yeah.
Please still talk about it. Just because they're not.
But let's talk about this.
Yes.
Let's just talk about not affecting you.
Yeah.
It's not affecting you now directly, but it will affect you indirectly.
Yeah.
الحرب في أي مكان حتأثر فيك مباشرة directly مباشرة
مباشرة.
مباشرة that's the تنوين.
I like that word.
the تن yeah. بتأثر فيك حتأثر فيكم, and we don't have to care just because it is affecting us directly.
Yeah.
But what you need to do is to do your part.
Yeah.
You need to ask the question, make sure I'm not saying force it in people, but talk.
I say force it.
Riham, كيفكم? Hi everyone.
I say force it because, yesterday Hajira shared something with me about somebody who has passed away in Sudan due to violence, and I couldn't get it out of my mind even early in the morning. And as you think about you going about your daily life every day, you're going to Chick-fil-A, you're getting gas, you don't think of how blessed and fortunate you are compared to these people who are suffering. Like,
yeah.
Legitimately suffering.
Every Sudanese person, أي زول سوداني, like they have a family member, they lost a family member to war. They either died directly at the hand of the Janjaweed, or by a bomb that was thrown by the military, or by not having medication. I have many family members that died. I have one died because she couldn't get dialysis. People are dying in Sudan because they don't have the right medication. Dying because they can't get their chemo, the cancer treatment. They die because they cannot. There is no safe place for them to go.
Right.
They don't have money to get in a car or a ticket to go somewhere, right? Even if you have the money, you don't have a place to go buy food. Let this resonate with you. Let this sit think about it. And to my Sudanese people here who are watching and listening, I mainly speak, again, I'm going to say it, I talk in English a lot in the community. I raise awareness a lot about what is happening in Sudan in English, because most of the people that don't know, they speak English. They don't speak Arabic. But if they don't die because of lack of medication, they die because there is no hospitals available, because their houses could be bombed at any minute. They die trying to escape. Being displaced in the same country. Displacement, let's explain the displacement and refugee. Displaced people are people who stays in the country, but they move from their home to a different spot, to a different city. Right. So if you were forced to move to Philadelphia, say Virginia, you're displaced. Right. If there's, God forbid. But if you leave the country, you become a refugee. Right. There are millions of refugees now, and they're in different spots, different part. Chad, Egypt. There are some people are in Ethiopia, Uganda, Kenya. Like many,
it's sad.
And South Sudan.
It's so sad to hear. So speaking of displacement, since April of 2023, when the revolution started, 4.3 million people within Sudan, by October, were displaced.
Yep. The numbers are way larger, more than this right now. I think it's 14 to 19 million. We said the numbers before.
Okay.
But there are also, 5 million at least refugees.
Yeah. And then 20 who are starving.
Yeah.
Like, of hunger. And like
let,
I said,
let me, I'm going to stop you here. People are dying due to hunger in a country that is rich. Sudan has the Nile River, Nahr al-Nil. The Nile River is the longest Nile. You know, considered one of the longest Nile river in the world, right? The Nile River, the banks, the area around the Nile River, Sudan soil is the most fertile soil in the world. Sudan and Haiti are the two countries. Yeah. You're going to learn new information now. The longest Nile, is the longest river is the Nile River. And Haiti and Sudan are the most fertile soil in the world. You can grow anything, you know? And it hurt me that you have all this and people are fighting, and the war is not just because of the military and the Janjaweed. There are so many other countries that are intervening and muddling in our business, right? Or the Sudanese people business. But they're doing that because you allow them. The government allowed them to do so. Sudan has uranium, gold.
Oh, wow.
The people don't know that. So if you're listening to me right now, make sure you talk to the people that you work with, the people around you, because most of them don't know that Africa and Sudan is not like how people portray it.
Right.
It is poor because people wanted it to make it poor. When you have war, when there is tension, when the world is just trying to survive, you're not going to be able to reach your self-autonomy. Like the Maslow's hierarchy of need. المثلث بتاع الحوجات. مثلث. It's like a triangle, right? So the Maslow's triangle or hierarchy of need, you have to meet the basics needs. Your basic needs, food, shelter, water, safety, then security, having a place. We do, Riham. We need a good government. And we need people who actually care about the country, love the country, want to do the best for the country. But you have a place that's full of uranium, gold, petroleum, the oil. You go to the gas station and you fill your car. That is in Sudan, in Saudi, and in Emirates, like the most richest Gulf countries. They have the oil. Sudan has more resources.
It's crazy to hear this because, like you said, they do portray it as it's poor. They only show you people walking on the street. They don't show you the beautiful sides of Sudan.
In the land of an angel. When you hear that, that's all you get. Drop us. There is question or comments here. Let us know if you are not from Sudan. Drop a line and let us know what do you know about Sudan, and use the what do you know about hashtag Sudan. Hashtag Sudan. Use that to let us know what information you knew prior to this live about Sudan, and what new information that you learned. Even if you're Sudanese and you just learned something new, let us know what did you learn right now. The uranium, petroleum, oil, gold. You know that الثروة الحيوانية, animal. We export meat, beef, lamb to Egypt, to neighboring country. They rely on Sudan.
Yeah.
Sudan used to be called the basket, the world basket. سلة غذاء العالم. سلة is a basket. سلة غذاء. غذاء, like when you feed someone the food, yeah. العالم. The world. So Sudan used to be called سلة غذاء or تغذية العالم. So the world basket, like food basket, because there is so many resources that that country can provide. You can kill the people, you can destroy the country, but you're not going to be able to destroy the resources.
Right.
I mean, you destroyed the history, destroyed everything that people remember about Sudan. And portraying Sudan as a, like, it's not poor because it's poor. It's poor because you made it poor.
Yeah.
You have war that's been going on since we gained our independence. So Sudan, Independence Day is January 1st, when they got their independence from Great Britain. Before that, they were occupied by Turkey. So never got a chance, like from an oppressor to an oppressor.
Yeah.
Turkey, Egypt got in the middle, trying to be something, and then Great Britain, we gained our independence from Great Britain. استغلال السودان حصل في جانوري شهر 1/1/56, and then after that it's just always been a military coup, a short-lived democratic.
So when you say a military coup, you mean like it just became all military?
Yeah, like
like
we had a democratic government أو حكومة ديمقراطية, then بيحصل بعدها انقلاب, a coup happened. In the history of Sudan, if you look at the history of Sudan, you'll find so many coups that happened during the short-lived, since 1956 until today.
Yeah.
Then there is the war between South Sudan and the North and the South, before South Sudan gained their independence and became their own country. قبل استقلال جنوب السودان, استقلال is independence. So South Sudan became its own country. It's the smallest, youngest country in the world. They gained their independence, but before that, South and North, they had a fight. Like there is war between the North and the South, and killed million. You probably heard of the Lost Boys, right? The Lost Boys are boys from South Sudan that, you know, when you hear their story, you don't know how someone can sleep at night, letting kids see, they witness the trauma that they had to go through, witnessing their parent die in front of them, witnessing, animals, like, you know, you expire on the road. They walked days barefoot, not wearing clothes, not having food, not having anything. So it's like people don't understand. There is nothing good comes from war. Ceasefire, end the war in everywhere, in Gaza, في Ukraine, في Sudan, because you know you're not gonna get anything. But anyway, getting back to the history of Sudan, the war in South Sudan, like we lost. We're looking at some question. We lost so many people due to that war. Then when the country start to stabilize and become, start to gain some advancement, right? And they discovered like there is so many oil resources, and so China jumped in, you know, other countries jumped in, trying to suck the resources dry. And that's what they do in Africa.
And that's the world. You know, they take what is not theirs.
When they have interest in a country, it's for a reason.
Yeah.
So when the country started to get like its get their groove back, you know, and starting, then the genocide in Darfur started. Al-Bashir regime started they created the militia, the Janjaweed. The Janjaweed was created by Al-Bashir to do their dirty work, to kill people without being asked.
Right.
Because if you're a government, you are going to be asked for every crime against humanity that you create. So when they created the militia was their dirty soldiers, right? So they bombed, they did an ethnic cleansing. They killed people in Darfur based on their race, based on their religion, based on their ethnicity.
Wow.
They bombed, burned villages in Blue Nile. Many area in Sudan was affected by the violence. And you know that when people are united, they will advance. So keep them busy, it's all about gold. Yeah, somebody put a comment here. It's all about gold. Yes, gold, petroleum, oil, uranium. التلفونات. The uranium is what you used in cell phones and what those companies use. They do gold mining in Sudan without people knowing.
Wow.
Because this is what it is. So greed is always affecting. Division. Divided, the enemy will win, right?
Yeah, house divided will not stand.
House divided will not stand. If the people in Sudan they got united, and they start squashing those issues, stop the killing, all of that, then they're gonna focus on building. And yes, you are right, livestock. They're gonna focus on their resources. So keep them busy, make them fight amongst each other, make them kill each other. Like, why would you kill a Sudanese? Like, why a Sudani will kill a Sudani? You know, this is a mind boggling to me. War, if we're in the old days and we do like the war, the guns and riding the horsey, hee-haw. Oh, that's that's between a country and a country.
Yeah.
But when you destroy your own country, you are allowing enemies to take advantage of what is happening.
And that's exactly what the Janjaweed is doing.
Yeah.
And I asked, Haija and I were talking about this earlier today, and I was like, well, who's over the Janjaweed? Who's that driving force above them that is saying, like, stop?
Ask what you asked earlier, not just the drive. You said, if there is anyone can stop them, kick them out for...
Yeah, like who can stop them from doing what they're doing, from destroying...
Anyone from my listeners would like to answer, Maya? So she's asking about the Janjaweed are killing people. And what got her to realize that is one of my friends, her brother was killed by Janjaweed, and I'm giving her examples. Like, our house was raided, but not by Janjaweed. It's by بيسموهم تزعة طويلة. They call them تزعة طويلة. A long 9. That's just that's just what you call
like
it?
A quick
a translation.
Oh, okay.
تزعة طويلة. They're just people who are like thief. And they come in and grab your bags, go into your house, break-ins, and do all of that. But when you have war, when you have disorder in your house, in your country, then thieves are going to come out. Other issues are going to happen. Janjaweed was taking people's houses, right? And raping and doing all of that. But that's not just the Janjaweed. Like the militaries, people from the military doing that. People from the, just sick people in the neighborhood.
Who can stop them?
Who can stop them? Her question, who can stop the Janjaweed? The Janjaweed is the name is the devil in a horseback. That's their name. So no one, the creator they flipped on their creator. They were created by Al-Kayzan, by Al-Bashir, right? The Janjaweed.
Yeah.
And now they're fighting to get rid of Sudan. And the irony is, the Janjaweed's method, they said, oh, we're going to bring democracy. Yeah, you're going to kill the whole country, and you want me to believe that you are going to bring democracy to the country?
Yeah, it's like...
But the who's fueling? And before you answer the question about who can stop them, who's fueling this war? You know,
Yeah.
other country who has interest in keeping Sudan fighting, keeping it.
it's like a distraction.
It's like a distraction.
So they can't see
Remember
that they're
when
being taken...
a distraction
Oh, I'm about to cry.
and a don't cry. You're gonna make me cry. We can't cry. We need to give information. The wheels. When we talk about domestic violence, when we talk about all the issues, we say what? The cycle of abuse. So when you put a country, when you place a country in a cycle of abuse, cycle of violence, cycle of, oh, I'm just circling around, getting myself out.
That's all they know.
You're almost drowning. You're drowning the whole time. You are sitting and you're keeping your head above the water, trying to survive. You're not going to think of anything else. Yeah. So everybody, we need all your help. We need you to ask the question. Ask everyone you meet, what do you know about Sudan?
Yeah.
And send us the answer that you got. If you have a video, if they let you make a video, share it. If they don't approve the video, ask them and type their response and send it to us, and we will share it to the campaign.
Right.
Because more people need to know. More people need to hear what is happening, the human rights crisis, and what can we do about it. Yeah. You might not be able to do more than sharing, and that's okay. You might not be able to do more than signing a letter. We share letters to our representative. Like everybody in Pennsylvania and all the 50 states know that I am in your inbox. I'm emailing. Yeah. I call all my representative. I drive to DC, meet with government officials. Do that. That is not hard. We can't just sit still and continue being silent, right?
Because that's us saying that we're okay with it. Mm-hmm. That we're just, just letting it go. And for years, I mean, we covered the revolution together in 2019. And, when we were in the midst of that, I feel like I was living and breathing Sudan.
Maya was traumatized. 2018, 2019.
I don't think traumatized is the word. Mm-hmm. I still have these pictures on my iPad, that we use on the show, and it kind of hurts you, but at the same time, you go on with daily life and you just forget. So after what you told me yesterday, it just brought it all back.
Yeah.
And it's hard, but just like she said, guys, you have to talk about it. If we keep sweeping it under the rug, and I feel like that's just what the world has been doing. Because there's no, in my, as I'm thinking early in this morning, there should be no reason why this war is still happening.
Yeah.
Why is it still happening? Why? Why? And I get it, right? If they're distracting so they can continue to take from Sudan all the riches and the things that Sudan has to
when
offer.
The war started, we get report of airplanes that land in area where there is gold and oil. And all the history, almost all of the history was stolen from the pyramids. Sudan has more pyramids than Egypt. A lot of people know about the pyramid. Yeah. You hear the pyramid, Al-Ahramat, and you think Egypt, right? And you think the Mummy Return, all those Hollywood movies.
Yeah.
But do you know that Sudan has more Ahramat, more pyramids?
I didn't.
They have more history in the northern part of Sudan. And most of it is stolen right now, and it show up in one museum here, museum there. The Sudanese gold is stolen. The the livestocks of animals. Like,
so basically they started a war. The Sudanese people began to fight each other, and then they came in and got what they wanted.
And there's poems, there's songs, there are things. أيوة يا رشا بابكر. المواعيد قلنا نبدرها شوية لأنه ناس كثيرين طلبوا مننا نبدر المواعيد. I'm sorry, I'm answering. I'm going to say it in Arabic and English. She asked, why are we early today? Because we normally come at 2:30. Yeah. So here we're going to announce we are coming to you at 1:30 every day. And we will give an announcement before we go live.
Yeah.
People in Sudan and Egypt and different parts where they have a time difference, they ask us if we can come early because it's early in Sudan. So salam tik. She's not feeling. She says she wasn't watching because she was not feeling well. She was sick. I'm so sorry. I hope you feel better, ya Rasha. Rasha Ayana قالت. And so we're gonna come a little bit early.
Yeah.
We came at 2 today, a little bit before 2. Tomorrow it will be around 1:30. So we're gonna try to stick to 1:30 unless we get another message and they say it doesn't work.
Right.
Give us. So we're flexible. We just want to know what works for all of you.
Yeah.
But anyways, let us just recap what I just said. The war in Sudan, not many people know, not many people share with solidarity, not many people talk about it. We need to keep talking. We have a campaign that we started back in 2018 with the Sudan Revolution. That campaign, it's what do you know about Sudan? So what do you know about #Sudan? ماذا تعرف عن السودان? And we ask people when we go to the mall, when we go to the store, when we're at work, you ask your family member, you ask everyone. And you'll be surprised. And send us, share your videos with us. Send, if they didn't do a video, if they wrote what they know about Sudan, send it to us. And don't just stop. Don't just ask the question. If they say, I don't know nothing about Sudan.
Right.
Keep going.
Right.
Like we just had someone and I did not stop. He said, doesn't know anything about Sudan. I said, okay, well, do you know that there is a war in Sudan?
Right.
Talk about the war, human crisis, and ask them to, early is good. Okay, Hassan, we're going to be early then. So that's good. So yeah, just keep it, in people's mind, because out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah.
You don't want people to forget that there is a war still going on. Getting closer to 10 months. Like this is ridiculous. People are still like, we just had group of people that died because they could not get their chemo, their cancer medication. We have people that die because of heartache. You don't have to be sick, but you can be emotionally hurt and you die. And that's true. I know a lot of elderly family member that passed away because they just couldn't handle it. All your life is disappearing in front of you. Your loved ones are dying in front of you. All of that. And you might feel like, what can I do? I'm not going to do anything because I can't do anything.
Right.
You can.
Yeah. Simple as just talking about
Talking. The best, I mean, before this month, like since from the war erupted in April until probably the beginning, like December, I'll like everywhere. Before we start work, before we do anything, I make sure I give people updates on what is happening in Sudan. And you want to ask them to do something. Call your representative. We can't be comfortable. We can't.
No, and that's the problem. Like everybody is
You're
so
welcome,
comfortable.
Russia.
Everybody is so comfortable, like here in the United States, if they don't think about what's happening on the other side of the world. And as a human being, there's no way that you can ask somebody, hey, do you know what's happening in Sudan? And they say no, and you say, did you know there's a war happening in Sudan? You have to be unhuman for you not to care immediately. Because if the word war,
yeah,
you feel the pain that comes out of it anyway. So just because you don't feel like people are going to listen to you, or you may not know everything that's happening in Sudan, speak on it. Stand against it. Like, even if you're the only one in your family, you have to. We must take a stand with Sudan and any other country that's suffering war and injustice. Like, we have to stand up with them, or we're literally going to keep repeating itself.
Yeah.
Over and over again. When does the war stop? When does somebody hold the Janjaweed accountable for the things that they do?
Yeah.
But Hajir said something that, like, stuck with me earlier. Peace does not bring in money. War does.
Yeah. Yeah.
Think about it. Let that resonate with you.
Yeah. People want to add Suna to the life. Suna wants to be people make money. War make people rich. The government, the gun people, they're not going to be rich if there is no war, if there is no violence. Same way here, police brutality, people are going and doing mass shooting and all of that. This is all because guns make people rich.
Yeah.
Peace, talk about peace would not make you rich. So people don't do that. Don't talk about it. Noura قالت she has many friends and family that died just because of the war, that they got kicked out of their houses. So الموت بالقهر, say القهر, قهر. When somebody like cause you tremendous amount of pain and suffering to the point that your heart would just give up. That's what most people, especially elderly people who work all their life, يتغربوا, work outside of the country to bring money, build their dream home, retire with their kids, have like a small business, buy like a little tiny car so they can have the rest of their life with their family. And you wake up one day, there is a bomb that destroyed your house, that you spent 20 years working hard labor in neighboring countries so you can build your future.
Right. And it's not like I'm just trying to put it in perspective for the people who may not know. So it's not like the U.S., right? If you have a home, you have insurance. Something happens to your home, you can file insurance and, get it fixed or repaired. Once you lose your home in Sudan, it's gone.
It's gone. There is nothing. And who are you going to sue?
Yeah.
Like,
I just can't fathom that it's still going on. Like, I don't understand. I want to understand.
They're one of the most resilient people. The people who are still in Sudan. I don't know how they do it every day. Because us here, just knowing and caring about family member and being stressed and all of that, we cry, we are a mess, and you just have to get up and do what you have to do. You have to go to work, you have to laugh, you have to sleep, and you have to try to take care of your mental health. But can you imagine just being in a situation where this is all you know? This is all your life. Like you sleep hearing bomb sound. You wake up hearing bomb sound. Or even if there is no bombing at that day, you go out, your phone.
You're like taking a risk, going outside.
Outside, just going outside is taking a risk. You can have, here you walk to the pharmacy. You drive to the pharmacy. You call an Uber in the U.S., right? And you go get your medication and stuff. And water. If you need food, DoorDash.
Yeah.
DoorDash it. Like, we're spoiled.
Yeah, we are.
We are spoiled. And nothing wrong with, having a safe life. but think about others.
Yeah.
Just do your part while you're laying in your nice, comfy, warm bed. Think about people who don't have a bed, don't have heat, don't have hot water, don't have water. What am I talking about saying hot water? Don't have water. So do your part and ask the question. Type your answer to us. Let us know. And we will share with you everything that we do. And we will share the campaign also. But I think this is it, unless anyone has something. Sudan does not deserve the war. Yes, no, the conflict. People of Sudan are very kind. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. And ربنا يصلح الحال والله يا أهلا يا جمال. Yes, ya Riham. The Nile River is the longest. God bless our people who got out of Sudan or go out of Sudan. We need a new Sudan full of peace and safety. Yes, we do.
I guess my question is, do you think it would happen? Do you think it will happen?
What? A safe Sudan?
Yeah.
I do. If you look at history, I am not a historian and I don't like history, but I know history. So if you look at the world history, تاريخ العالم, التاريخ بتاع الثورات, the revolution around the world, the war. Look, I just came from Japan, right? Japan was suffering from, Japan was destroyed.
Yeah.
You know, the Hiroshima part, there is bombing, there's a lot of issues that happen, but they build their country.
Yeah.
And they're one of the top, not just economically stable countries, but technology, everything is there, is good. You have Rwanda. I'm sure you know the massacre and the genocide that happened in Rwanda. Yeah. There is a movie for my American friends called Hotel Rwanda. Please watch it. If you didn't watch, watch it. Cry. Yes, it will.
You can't watch that movie on like it's stuff.
And even if you were not here in the US, look up Hotel Rwanda and watch it. That's one of the country that has genocide as the same as what's happening in Darfur, but then the country is stable now. So I do have hope when I don't know. And remember what John said yesterday? We have to hold into hope.
Yeah.
I know we give you a lot of bad information for some of you who might just heard it today, but you have to hold into hope. And know that, he said, know that there is fear and hope. Yeah. You either be fearful or hopeful. Yeah. And we choose to be hopeful every day.
Yeah. And it's really hard in this world, you know, because everything is led by fear.
Yeah.
If you don't do this, this is going to happen to you. Don't do this, this is going to happen to you. But peace, you know, I want peace for Sudan. I want to go to Sudan one day. I want to experience it. I want to see it. And I just want to give everybody back what they lost. And it's hard. You know, we can't. I can't.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm so sorry, Wisal. Wisal said she missed us so very much. And we made a huge difference for not showing.
Oh, my word.
Oh, where are you, Ya Wisal? She said there is no internet. Oh, and she said, pray for her to get back to her home in Khartoum safe.
We will pray for you.
Stay away. Like if you're don't go back to Khartoum yet. It's not safe. And for Khartoum, في الدم, I hope everything. Hold into hope. أهلا يا أحمد. Sorry, you guys, whoever just joined us. We started early because people asked us to start early. The people in Sudan, in Egypt, in different parts. Yeah. They said 2:30 is too late for them. So they wanted us to start early. We are going to start at 1. Inti fi Sinar. Oh, yeah. She's in Sinar. Sinar, I told you about one of the cities that was also like affected. One of the safest. I told you you have.
Oh yeah, we talked about that last
They
week.
talked about that last week. Stay safe, ya Wisal fi Sinar. But we will start the live at 1:30. So 1:30 here. It's 8:30 in Sudan, I believe.
Yes, yeah.
Because people في السودان وفي Egypt وفي عدد من الدول قالوا فرق الزمن, the time difference, فرق الزمن. When we start at 2:30 لما نبدأ 2:30 متأخر عندهم, it's too late.
Yeah.
So they requested if we can start coming early, and today is a trial.
Yeah.
So tomorrow we will see. Not tomorrow is what, Friday?
Yeah, tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow we will do 1:30. They're calling for a snow here. So anyways, if you just joined us, when we finish, go back and listen to the live, and we will see you tomorrow at 1:30.
Yes.
Until we get this time right, we are going to switch if it doesn't work with all of you, but 1:30 tomorrow.
Yes, let us know.
Let us know, and make sure you do the what do you know about Sudan? Hashtag Sudan, and keep it in, not just in your prayers. We keep it in your prayers, also keep it alive and like social media. Keep it alive by reaching out to your officials, anybody, and just talk about the situation in Sudan. Keep the Sudanese people in your prayer. It is not just financial, and it's not just, and I'm not saying just to minimize, but also the mental health of everyone that is currently in Sudan. Whether you lost someone or you lost your house and you're just fearful for your life, as you should be, we need to think about the mental health. If you have a family member or friends that is still in Sudan, check on them.
Please.
Just send a message, call. Sometime you might not be able to call. Send them a message. If you can send money to your family, send it to your family. If you can't, and you live in the US, get up, get a job at McDonald's, anywhere, send money to your family because they need that. You have the ability to get a job and support your family, but they don't have another option. So
thank you guys for watching. Don't forget, you will catch us tomorrow at 1:30. We appreciate. Thank you, everybody. Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram, YouTube. We appreciate you for watching. Take care.